2 weeks ago, I started an online business and I've made absolutely no money. I've signed no clients. And the worst part is I'm down to my last $5,000 and I'm kind of unemployed right now. That's actually purposeful though, because I chased a career in sales and then ultimately realized that no amount of money that's going in my pocket will surmount my desire for ultimate freedom, right? Now, what I mean by freedom, that means I need money and knowledge. Money is necessary because of its amplifying power. Knowledge is necessary because if you're not knowledgeable about certain aspects of reality, you will always be subjugated to those who are. Now, with the situations that's going on, there's been a lot of pressure. There's been a lot of anxiety on me, and it's been really hard for me to just stay intact and actually do the things that's actually going to result in me getting to where I know I can get to. And I want to share with you one of the thought processes that I've learned over this 2-week period that's actually helped me mitigate the situation, that the storm that's going into my head. Now, I will admit I am just entering my education on this process, so I might get some things wrong, right? But I still think I have a firm enough understanding to where I can disseminate that to you and you still find it valuable. Before you get started, I'm going to warn you right now, this is probably going to be the slowest paced video that you see all day. It's not because I'm lazy. It's just I'm tired of YouTubers trying to hack our brain by putting out all this hyper stuff into your face to get them to like them. I really just missed a version of YouTube where it was just one dude with a camera documenting his life and his experiences. So that's what I'm trying to bring back right now. But the concept I want to talk about is called, and this is what I mean by unprofessional. I literally just got a whiteboard. I'm going to write. I hope you can see it because sometimes my camera gets blurry. It's called Hegel's. If you wonder why I look down sometimes, it's because I have the Google page for it pulled up because I want to make sure that I get some things right. So it's called Hegel's dialect. Dialectic. It's Hegel's dialectic. Right now, Hegel's dialectic is a philosophical I can't talk. I'd be talking too fast. It's a philosophical method that describes how ideas and concepts evolve and change through a process of contradiction and resolution. It involves a 3-stage pattern: thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. The synthesis then becomes a new thesis, continuing the cycle of development. Basically, it just it breaks down the way ideas and concepts evolve. So as the Google description says, you have 3 moving parts. You have the thesis, you have the antithesis or antithesis, and you have the synthesis, right? So when you're thinking about the thesis, you should look at it as your current state. So the current state of being. Then you look at the synthesis as new state of being. And these right here are just how I understand it. New states of being. Okay? And the antithesis is change. Right? Because that logically makes sense. You have a current state of being. You need to change in order to enter a new state of being, right? The thing about this equation is that one thing that is not taken into consideration is that this right here, this bridge right here, is time. It takes time for these 2 elements to fully combine and make a new synthesis. And that's really, really important here, right? Now, depending on the relationship between the thesis and antithesis, right? The amount of time that's necessary for a new synthesis to develop changes. For example, you're hungry. Okay, that's the thesis. That's your current state. You want to be full. The change that needs to occur is that you need to eat, right? So thesis, antithesis, right? And then time elapses, and it's a short amount of time because after you eat, you're full immediately, right? You have a new synthesis, and now being full is now your new current state of being, if that makes sense. That's a very low level, simple way to look at it. Now let's think about it in a form of trying to start a business. Okay? So current thesis is current state is not knowing how to run a business. And then your desired state or new state is going to be running $1 trillion business. Right? The antithesis can be so many different things. There are so many variables that can go in here. It could be knowledge. It could be connections. It could be a litany of different things. So this is the first problem when you're trying to make this transformation is you don't even know what the correct antithesis is. Right? Another thing, which is the one that I struggled with the most, is understanding that because this is a larger transformation, the amount of time that needs to elapse for these two concepts to converge and make a new state of being is much larger. And that's kind of what I want to convey here. I don't think this video is going to be too long because I don't have the depth of knowledge in this topic to make it extremely long. But if you're in a situation when where you're trying to change your current state into a new state, you have to understand that even if you have both sides of the equation perfectly dialed in, so even if you have the perfect thesis and the perfect antithesis that's going to converge to make the new current state, the new synthesis that you want, there needs to be an elapsement of time to make sure that both elements are perfectly combined. That's just going to say that you could be doing everything correct. You could be doing everything right. You could be doing everything perfect. And the only thing that you're missing is the elapsement of time. And that fucks with people. Because it fucks with me. Because I know that right now, I'm literally doing everything in my power. Everything in my power to get the ball rolling. But one thing I didn't understand, of course, you hear about, oh yeah, it takes time, blah, 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 it takes time, this. You don't understand that until you're actually doing it. Let's use the gym for an example as well. You're skinny fat, not me though. I'm toned out, my boy. Well, actually, I might be a little. I'm sitting down, so my belly rolls might be strong, might be showing. But let's say you're super skinny, right? And you want to build muscle. You can go to the gym right now, today, eat the perfect diet and do the perfect workout. So you have the thesis, which is your current state, being skinny and a little fucking punk, and then your antithesis, right? Which is the change that needs to occur. You have the new perfect workout and a new diet plan, right? Even if those two things are perfectly aligned, the elapsement of time needs to still happen for you to get your desired state. If that makes, I really hope I'm making that make sense and I'm explaining that perfectly, because this is the only thing that's keeping me sane. Because I have the current state. I'm actively acquiring the antithesis, but I need to let the elapsement of time for change to happen. And this might be something that you need to hear right now. you're probably trying to make some change in your life too. You're probably trying to do some great things in your life. And you feel like you're doing everything right and you're not seeing a result. This is why. The elapsement of time needs to happen. That's the only way Hegel's dialectic works. That's the only way. And that's all I wanted to say, man. So keep it short and simple. You're probably doing everything right. You honestly know when you are. Like there's that voice, because we all have that voice in our head that tells us when we can do more. That voice in my head is quiet right now. And if you're like me, that voice in your head is probably quiet right now too. So all you have to do is just let Hegel's dialectic play out. Let the elapsement of time happen. And it's literally an equation. Just let your time play out, right? So, like I said, you're probably doing everything right now. You just need to let time play out. And that's it.